something that actually surprised me is that you don't have to get solutions to your stress right now.
Yeah.
You just need to know how to manage that stress.
Yeah.
And you see, as we are growing up, we depended mostly on our parents.
True.
In case you need anything, it's your parents or maybe your elder sisters or siblings.
Yeah, true.
But now, when you grow up, it's the stress is now upon me. Yes, I'm myself and I'm an adult, so the stress is me to identify when I am stressed and find a solution.
Yeah.
And I do not need to find a solution immediately.
Wow.
I can be able to wait, but now I just need to know how to manage that stress. And also being intentional with my mental health and my whole being during this whole process. Hello everyone, welcome to Balance It podcast. Balance It is a platform that empowers young men and women to live a purposeful life. We help you navigate through the challenges of life and gain stability in all your spheres of life.
We engage in conversations relating to purpose-driven living, health, fitness, entrepreneurship, and anything related to lifestyle.
Our massive transformative purpose is transformation through wellness.
If you like this episode, make sure that you subscribe and share it with your family and friends. I am Gertrude Nasike.
And I am Eda Onyoni. Welcome back to the Balance It podcast, and in today's episode we'll be having our monthly highlight, and definitely, as you can see on our small box here, hey people watching from Spotify, I'm sure you can hear us. Yes, we'll be doing our monthly highlight, and we'll be having conversations about everything that we've covered in the whole month. And also based on the questions that we've been able to amass from our social media platforms, and we are just getting to connect with you on a video platform.
Yes.
So yes, definitely Gertrude, you know how it all goes. You just pick a question, read it out, explain it if there is need be, but otherwise then we'll go in turns.
Okay.
There you go. That would be nice.
So what is a common misconception about stress management that you've had or you've been told?
A misconception about stress management. The misconception that I've had so many times is that, it's actually something that I've also experienced, but I also came to overcome it over time, is that when you are stressed, you need to find a solution. And sometimes you just don't need a solution. Sometimes you just need people around you. Sometimes you just need to do something. Or in terms of this thing that is stressing you, you need to find a solution immediately or in the recent. Sometimes the answer it will just be part of you, like the stress will be part of you, but you know how to manage it, and later on you can be able to find a solution. So I think the misconception here is that you have to find a solution to the stress that you are facing in the current or now, or otherwise you won't be able to be okay to move on.
Oh, nice. For me, I believe one of the things I feel like it's a misconception is also like you should just keep going. If you're stressed, if you're frustrated, if your head is like almost exploding, like you should just be strong and keep going. I really feel that is a misconception or a way not to approach it, because we need to be cognizant of the fact that when we are stressed, our minds are full. You don't feel like doing anything and you don't have clear thoughts at that moment. And so if you're going to just keep going and not slow down for a moment, then probably you're going to feel more injured or get more injured in the process. And the healing process, or the way you will be trying to get back to now on track and to the basics, is going to be more hectic, and it's not going to be easier. And I love analogies, I love stories, and I would take this analogy of probably maybe you're a professional player and you need to really go through with a competition, but you got injured. Maybe it's your leg, and you just keep going, and your leg is really injured, but you keep playing. Be rest assured, you're making it more hard for you to recover the moment you keep putting pressure and stress on that injured leg. And if it's going to a point whereby you now can't do it anymore, be rest assured the injury you would have gotten to that point might jeopardize your career completely, as compared to when you would have just taken a pause, tried to find out where the injury is, and just worked on healing that leg before going back to now playing, or go back to now competing, would be totally different. So I think that is a misconception, and we really need to demystify it. Yes,
I agree. All right, I'll pick the next one.
The big one.
Yes.
I've seen you choosing.
It's actually a bit long.
No,
So,
it's okay.
what is one positive habit you formed recently?
Yeah.
And how did you manage to stick to it? Positive and aligned.
Why would I mention a negative in the first place? Anyway, I would say the most recent positive habit, I have two, but I think I will choose one. The most recent positive habit is saving. Saving in a money market fund. Like, I would say it's a positive habit because I've been consistent. I started it in January, and I've been consistent with it the entire period up until now. And thank you, Turkey, to dinner. No, yeah, you gave me flowers yesterday. I need dinner. Please spend something, not just nature. Hey,
Appreciate gratitude.
Thank you. You had to remind me, really. Anyway, but thank you. But now dinner next. So yeah, I would say that, and actually thanks to you, because you're the one who has been my financial accountability partner. And then just still in the same spirit of finances, what also helped me to really achieve this goal is that I've also been very consistent with tracking my financial habits, what I spend during the month, and where I need to really cut on spending. And when I cut on spending, I try to put it in a different thing. And I'm so happy about this new habit about saving on the money market fund, or investing in a money market fund, because as much as sometimes maybe I won't manage to really put a lot of money, but the fact that in my mind I just know if the month begins, I have to put whichever amount just in that account first, and then if it's topping up during the month, it's something I can do consistently, and not just waiting for me to have now, like, I want to have 20,000, so let me wait for 20,000 and put it there. No. So it's something I'm so happy about and grateful for, the consistency and the formation as well.
I give you your flowers.
Just on it, I've talked a number of things about this the power of an accountability partner, the power of tracking a habit, and it's something we discussed in our previous episode on habit formation. You need to go check it out.
Yes.
It really plays out in the habit consistency without you even realizing it. Yes, I just wanted to highlight.
Which is very important.
Yeah.
So mine is, there are also two as well, and I'll talk about first of all the major one, then I'll come to the second one.
Yeah.
So the first one is tracking my goals, with just speaking about the accountability, accountability partner, with our accountability group.
Yes.
I've been able to consistently, like in a month, on this specific day, because we normally meet twice every month.
Yeah.
You know that on this specific day, I have to cross-check my goals.
Yes.
Even if it is 20 minutes, I have to check my goals and see if I'm on track.
Yes.
So the accountability partner group has really helped me. And the other thing is reading. And we talked about habit stacking in the habit formation, which has really helped me as an individual, because initially I was just saying I will read.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you are actually not reading. Or maybe you just say I will read, but once I have time.
Yes.
Or maybe in between the classes or in between work, you find sometimes you start reading and then you are distracted and then you don't even remember sometimes what you read.
Yeah, true.
But attaching that reading to a habit that is already effective and in place has really helped me.
Wow.
So reading, I attached it to my morning routine. So once I wake up, I at least read, even if it is 2 pages, even if it is 1 page, even if it is a paragraph, at least I have done something. And now taking that word for the day for me, using that whatever that I've read as a word for me for the day has really helped me. So the accountability and the habit stacking.
That is really important. I just love the way in these questions we are really talking about these habits, but trying to just highlight whatever we discussed. It's now at this moment that I'm seeing how prominent they are. For you, it's like just I'm seeing the power of the small habits and just starting small, or just focusing on small improvements rather than intensity. And it's really nice, especially in the reading, even if it's a paragraph or even if it's just 2 pages, just maintaining the consistency and not waiting for a day that you can actually read a whole chapter or the entire book that day. That is really impressive.
And I think that's the importance also with conversations.
Yes.
The more you continue talking about the same thing, the more it gets into your mind, the more your mind gets familiar with that thing, the more you will just find yourself just doing it.
Wow, that is very, very much
all right, true. Who's next?
I am the one.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm the one. And anyway, let me just keep peace. Peace today, I choose peace. So, what was the most surprising thing you learned about managing stress as an adult? Most surprising.
Do I have a most surprising thing?
Or just anything surprising. It doesn't have to be the one that stood out. Just anything surprising about stress management.
Could you go first as I think through?
Okay. I would say for me, what was most surprising was the power of capacity. Understanding capacity for each other or for people in terms of managing expectations, especially when it comes to relationships. It can be relationships with your friends, your family, or your romantic partner. It was very surprising for me on how having capacity for each other in this context can be very powerful in managing stress. I didn't know that expectations also are as a result of not being able to have capacity for each other. And for capacity here, I mean being able to understand the other party, and the other party being able to understand you. It can be your siblings. Maybe you're always quarreling, or you always have different expectations of the other one. Maybe for me, like, let's say, maybe for my elder sister, I expect them to maybe do this to finance me. If I call them and I have a problem financially, please, you need to be there, like those kinds of expectations. And maybe for them, it's like, if they call me or they request me to do something, I need to actually do it because they are elder or they're my siblings, like those kinds of expectations. But these are not capacities that probably we have. Are they in a capacity to really understand that I'm an adult and I cannot just take everything, or actually do for them everything that they request of me? And for me, and having the capacity to understand that, yes, they are my elder sister or this is my elder brother, but they cannot always just be there to financially bail me out, or to financially to give me advice on other aspects of life. So this was very surprising for me, because the power in huge, the moment you understand the context of capacity for each other in relationships, in friendships, it helps you to manage the expectations. And when you manage the expectation, you're able to manage your stress as well. So you're not so much stressed because of what you expected of them and you got disappointed, but you're also in a position to understand, it's possible also for them not to be in a position to help me. And it doesn't mean that they've stopped caring, or it doesn't mean that they've stopped now being obedient or treasuring me as their elder sister, but it's just because they are not in a position also to do whatever you're asking them to do at that moment. And also they're not in a position to also just take orders, because they also have experiences of their own that are totally different from you as their relative, or you as their romantic partner, or you as their friend, that you also need to respect. And this was the beginning of helping me understand that sometimes you don't need to stress yourself just because the other party is not in a position to. So the power of capacity in stress management was quite surprising for me.
Wow. I like that. And actually, I just thought of something. Something that actually surprised me is that you don't have to get solutions to your stress right now. You just need to know how to manage that stress. And you see, as we are growing up, we depended mostly on our parents. So in case you need anything, it's your parent, or maybe your elder sisters or siblings. But now, when you grow up, it's the stress is now upon me. Yes, I'm myself and I'm an adult, so the stress is me to identify when I am stressed and find a solution. And I do not need to find a solution immediately. I can be able to wait, but now I just need to know how to manage that stress. And also being intentional with my mental health and my whole being during this whole process. Oh my God, I think adulting is just a lot.
It is
a lot.
But I love the fact that you say that we need to understand that it is just life, and as much as it's adulting, like, stresses would still be there even as we grow old, or like it is a continuous journey. So knowing how to manage it is actually what's going to make maybe this adult life a little bit bearable.
Yeah, true. And also the faster you learn that, the faster you know how to manage it. Not suppressing it. Now it is a different thing. Not suppressing the stress, because if you continue suppressing it, it's the same analogy that you are giving about suppressing a wound, or the player. If you continue suppressing, not going to the hospital or anything, then it will continue making maybe the wound rot and everything, and you won't be helping yourself. So learning not also to suppress it, but to manage it.
Yeah, and adapt. That's very powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. I'll go next.
Okay.
Should I pick this one?
I can't deal.
Allow me be.
Please.
Okay. So how has practicing gratitude changed your perspective on daily challenges?
I would say right now, with the help of gratitude, I'm in a position to understand that life happens for a reason, actually. And just being grateful to even a challenge that I'm facing, or maybe today morning, maybe I have a challenge or something I did not solve the previous day, but understanding that today is a new day and intentionally being grateful for it, or just saying today is going to be a good day, and just affirming like I just want positive vibes today, really helps me in setting my mind right for that day, which is very important in also just tackling daily challenges. And you're like, whatever just comes in during that day, you're able to tackle it because you understood that every day comes with its own graces, and in case anything goes wrong, it's there for a reason. And so you're not going to get overwhelmed about it. Yes, it's going to stress you. Yes, it's going to be to make you uncomfortable and frustrated, but understanding that yes, I'm frustrated and uncomfortable, but I know that a new day is going to come and it's going to be a new opportunity for something different. And that has really been powerful in helping me change my mindset and just being okay with all this situation.
I will still go back to the point of every day has 24 hours.
Wow.
So however you are feeling the pain, whatever challenge that you are going through,
Yes.
remember the day has 24 hours, so it will come to pass.
Wow, that is really comforting. That is very comforting. I like the way you've put it and summarized it. Yeah.
But now practicing things like gratitude at least also makes, even if there are challenges, it helps you move through those challenges a bit easier.
Yeah.
Let me give an example. Maybe somebody is holding so many things. I think I'm taking your habit of now using analogies, but anyway.
It is a good thing, let me tell you, because I don't know for other people, but but yeah, it's because we've spoken even about the power of storytelling. I don't think it's been in the podcast so much, but even in our normal lives, the way we say, like, most people would remember or would resonate more with a story you told rather than so many facts. So if you are in a position or you have that ability, or not ability, let me say gift, because it's a gift, not everyone can really,
it's a skill you can actually learn.
Yeah, or a skill. So if you have that gift or skill to really bring facts and put it in very simple ways, and simple ways can be in terms of a story or in terms of visuals, or however simple way, or in terms of a song, like in whichever way that you can express factual things in a simple and clearer way, I would advise that you would take that more often as compared to sticking on facts, because most people would remember this factual this story. Most people would remember the words in this song. Most people would remember the visuals they saw rather than the big words or the big facts about that specific thing you're talking about. So take it up.
Okay. Right. Back to my story.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was saying, if maybe somebody has somebody's, maybe their hands are packed.
Yeah.
And you're the next person close to the door, and maybe you're going through something rough on that day.
Yeah.
and then you help them open the door,
Yes.
and they are really grateful to you, even if you are feeling bad, the fact that they have just told you thank you, or I appreciate you, it gives yourself as an individual that actually somebody values me, actually somebody values my kindness, and in whatever capacity or whatever stress that you are going through, you might easily use that small happy moment to help you relieve that stress that you are going through. So gratitude in from the smallest things to even just making somebody's life easier. If you can be able to make somebody's life easy, it will definitely be helping you. So I believe gratitude helps us as individuals to definitely overcome our daily challenges in that aspect.
And as you were just saying that, I was smiling because I remember, like, it's something that has actually ever happened to me. I was having a really terrible that day, to the point that, yes, I can communicate with you, but I just don't want so much energy around me, and I want to be mostly alone at that point. But when I was going, I think I can't remember the specific act, but it made this this person, and they and she had a child with them, and the child told me thank you, and he smiled, and my heart warmed, and I even forgot, like, I even forgot that I was so stressed. I ended up smiling, and I remembered I got to the house feeling really motivated to do something else rather than what I had planned initially. Just let me get to the house and sleep. But I ended up just feeling happy, and like my day really just lit because of just that small thank you and the smile I received from these total strangers. And it was really...
And you actually didn't even do it intentionally. Because you wanted to help.
Like I was just like, let me just, because I think it was in the bus. I don't know if I moved I gave someone a seat. I just moved so that they can sit. Because I remember I was going home, and when I alighted the bus, I was feeling totally different.
Sometimes you're doing something for somebody else, but you actually don't know you're helping yourself.
That's very true.
Okay,
it is me. You've forgotten. It is me. So how does gratitude help in stress management?
Still speaking about gratitude.
Yes.
It's the same thing that we are just talking about right now.
I really wanted to say it's the same thing.
The universe
is with us.
How can we use gratitude to help in our stress management? I believe we are whole beings, and ourselves as individuals, stress affects different parts of our lifestyles and our bodies. So if you are stressed, it might affect your spiritual life, it might affect your physical life. Maybe now you're not working out because you're stressed. But gratitude comes in to help in these aspects. Let's say you are grateful in terms of, like, you have cultivated this culture of gratitude in your lifestyle, and you know that every day you either have to have, now as you are talking about the gratitude journal, you either have to journal about how maybe your day was, and just to express yourself in terms of anything that you are going through. I believe that as you are continuing doing that same thing, it will have a ripple effect in it will come to the specific element that you are feeling. So if you are practicing gratitude in terms of writing, like you're using the gratitude journal, or myself, if I'm using the gratitude jam. So if you know you have to write on a daily basis how your day was and what you are grateful on that specific day, then especially if you are writing it down, definitely it will help you to just pour out your thoughts, and it might help your mental health. And also in the same element, if you are grateful to other people, just the same thing we were talking about, if you are grateful to other people, the way that young child melted your heart and helped you in terms of releasing your stress. So I feel like sometimes we are always helping other people out, but at the end of the day, we are helping ourselves in terms of releasing our stress, in terms of you continuously writing that gratitude journal. You don't know what other element of your life is being impacted by you consistently writing it down, because if you consistently write it down, it just registers something in your mind that when it comes to my physical health, when it comes to my spiritual health, I can be able to grow, because at the end of the day, you will definitely write down, and whatever that you're stressing about, you can be able to pour out your thoughts on that gratitude journal. So yeah,
I really like the way you've put it, and I'll just add a little thing on what you've put. The way you're even you've expressed, like maybe writing down and in these spheres of life. I feel like because you're writing a gratitude journal, you'll be in a position to at least tell your mind or allow your mind to think, yes, as much as things are not going so well in these other aspects of life, but there's still something that I'm grateful for, or there's still something that's really making my life better at this moment. Maybe, yes, I did not get that job opportunity, but at least I'm healthy, or at least I am happy, or at least I'm in a good financial position, or at least I'm having a good relationship with my colleagues or with my friends, or at least it reminds you, because if you're not also writing it down, you won't be in a position to really tell that something else might be going, because our minds literally would focus on the negative mostly. So I believe, like, just in addition to what you've said, that's also how it can also improve how our mental gratitude response is. And another thing, it's something that I also mentioned it earlier, with gratitude. On those days that you're feeling so down, on those days that you're feeling so stressed, you can literally go back to the memories you wrote 2 weeks ago or 5 months ago, and really, you can tell from the words an emotion of the emotion this person who was writing at that point, how they were feeling and how vibrant and how happy they were. And if you're feeling really bad about that specific thing or that specific sphere of life at this point, when you go back to those memories you had already been grateful about, they're going to literally light up your world and literally just reignite that strength and will to do something that you had already tried before. So it's like, it worked that time, it is possible for it this time round.
Wow, I like that. So the final one,
the final one,
it's me again.
and I now know what you do.
It's me again.
Then it's not a coincidence.
There has to be something.
There has to be something.
Now a pattern. Okay, so finally, what's a small habit that has made a big difference in your productivity?
A small habit. Let me see. I would say consistency. I've developed the habit of staying consistent. Consistency can be a feature of good habits formation, or maybe an element of good habits, but consistency itself can also be a habit. So I would say that is the small habit that has improved productivity in all the spheres of my life. Or if I'm trying to really just be productive in different parts of my life. Because I realized when I'm consistent with something, and it's something that I've not started today or last year, but it's been something that I've been doing slowly by slowly in different habit formations in my life, that has really impacted. And with just being consistent in one thing, and I would take an example maybe of fitness, and we've talked about the ripple effect it gives on other aspects of life. I've realized over time I'm being consistent in other habits that I'm forming. Let's say in the reading habit, it's not something that I was actually so much consistent, or something that was in me initially, but right now, because I'm being consistent in other areas of my life, it just makes me not think of not being consistent in this. And I also use the same strategy you use. If I'm not in a position to read a whole chapter, I would say today I'll just read for 15 minutes. If in 15 minutes I will read one paragraph and internally analyze it, well and good. If in 15 minutes I'll manage to read one chapter, well and good. But today I'm going to do it for 15 minutes. And this is something that has helped me also in my savings, in my habit tracking, in every other aspect, in our podcast as well.
Yes.
in every other aspect in my spiritual life, like fitness, consistency, no matter how small it might be. Today maybe it might just be like, even if it's maybe praying, maybe today I'm feeling so overwhelmed, but I'm just like, I need to pray, or I need to read the Bible, no matter how hard it is. The fact that I know, like, I have been consistent, it just comes naturally in every other sphere of life. Or I need to work out, I have not done something intensive. Even if no, I will just walk. Maybe I will walk from here to maybe a certain place, maybe spend 30 minutes walking, because I know deep within I need to be consistent. So that small habit, it's a small word, but it is very powerful. Consistency will help you in ensuring that you are productive and that you stay in track with all the other habits that you're trying to form. Yes.
Wow, and you've been preaching consistency with me.
Yes.
Consistently.
Yeah.
And I like that about you. And I've also seen it, like I've also seen you actually doing the work. Yeah. So one thing I would say is for me it's my spiritual life that I feel like has had a ripple also effect in my other areas of life, including productivity. There was a time I was struggling so much. Like I could pray, but you actually don't feel like you are praying. So, but I wanted it to be in a position. I wanted to be in a position where I am praying, but I feel that I am praying.
Intentionality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you actually feel the prayer time. You feel it.
It is very important. It's very important.
Yeah. So something I've tried to improve my spiritual life, and also just knowing that there is a higher power above you, and if I'm praying to God, then I also need to be a good child. I need to be a good daughter, and that means that also when it comes to taking care of my body, I need to be a better steward of my body. If it is coming to my social relationships, I need to be a better steward of the people who are around me. So just creating and building my spiritual life over time has helped me just increase the productivity. So when you talk about when maybe you want to procrastinate and you are lazy, you remember that no, that is not what the Bible says about maybe you being a child of God or being a daughter of God. And now it forces you, it pushes you now go back to do the right thing.
And just sorry to add on it, and the fact that you know that God has actually given you a purpose to live and
Yes.
a task, and you want to procrastinate and sleep,
Yes.
it helps you to
That
get
is
back on
big.
track. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
And we have come to the end of our wrap
Yes.
up session. And just if you've not watched the previous videos, please go and watch it so that you can also relate more with these wrap up questions, because it is a highlight of what we've discussed in the previous episodes within this month. And it would really be great if you would have watched them first and then come and checked this episode.
Yes, definitely. Yes. And in case you have any other questions, don't forget to put them in the comment section.
Yes.
And let us hear from you what has resonated with you mostly from this episode, and what you guys are doing, so that we can be able to also grow up in this community. And definitely don't forget to subscribe. It is free, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and also turn on that notification bell. Because it is by you that we are continuously doing this, and we love the motivation that you guys give us on the comment section to continue going.
And it helps us in transforming lives through wellness. And until next time,
bye-bye.